Yeah. What was that?
We're live.
Welcome back to the third chair. That's good. See?
I did.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the other one no more. My name is Ryan Adams. This is your main man, Joshua Hall. My main man, but like,
Yeah.
same thing. But
No, it ain't.
Joshua don't rock with y'all like that. I'm not.
I do, but I know who my main.
We gonna be them old people that like at the cookouts that be
Hey, nephew.
Yeah.
Hey, what you doing there, boy?
Hey, slap me 2 burgers, man. Hey, slap me 2.
2 burgers.
Slap me 2. But we back today, y'all. We ain't recording a bit. I'm not gonna lie. We've been giving y'all some not reruns, but like content that we made like a month ago.
Yeah.
So we ain't really like,
We
recording
different people now.
in a little bit. Yeah, I'm a new man today. I'm a new man every day.
I'm a new. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna stop the. Yo, Joshua dropped his song.
I did.
I don't know if we dropped if we were on that last time. If you dropped it when
No, it was not.
it wasn't right. Yeah,
It was
that was
not.
like last
Yeah.
week. That song that I've been helping y'all up about, go listen. That joint's called
Today.
Yes Anyway by Joshua on all platforms.
All the platforms.
If you're not listening to it, you literally tripping.
You might not be a Christian.
You might not be a
I'm kidding. Don't.
You might not be a Christian. That's
Oh no, he's
crazy.
condemning us.
He's idol. He's an idol. He's idolizing his music. Kill him. Stone him.
Trey Rags, who said I didn't want to get who said I didn't want to get stoned. All right, we cutting up. We was talking about the boy Trey Rags earlier. You know, he'd be like, who said I didn't want to? Never mind, I'm gonna just stop.
Who said I didn't want to get stoned? You gonna stone me?
Do it.
Do it, yeah.
I want to test my faith. I want to see if God protect me.
Yeah, yo, he the funniest bull, bro. I don't know if y'all like Trey Rags or not, but anyway, what we talking about today?
We talking about the things we do to be seen.
Things we do to be seen.
Yeah.
Elaborate. What we
like somebody doing the most,
somebody
trying to get attention, somebody like, and not necessarily always because you just trying to, get negative attention, but maybe you just, maybe you want friends. Maybe you want to be visible to your friends, be visible to the other people in your community, whether it's like school, work, your neighborhood, friends, whatever it might be.
The first thing that came to my mind was probably, I don't know if that's
Here he go.
Like white people saying the N-word.
Oh. Okay.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I thought back to a personal experience.
Trying to be seen?
Yeah, I don't know if you're trying to be seen or not though. Cause like my college, it wasn't like a black college, but our class that was coming in was a predominantly like colored class, like black and Hispanic and everything. So I don't know what school he came from, but I was confused when he was singing Dreams and Nightmares and wasn't cutting out the N-word. And then I was like, I don't know if he's trying to get attention or if he's just from a white place, so this is cool. But I don't know. But that same principle, if it was for attention, like wrong things to get there.
It might have been if for real, if he was really like, if he really had no idea how like offensive or wrong that was, he might have been like, I know Dreams and Nightmares. This is gonna show them that like we can be cool.
Yeah, we can be
like we can be boys.
Yeah.
So maybe he was like in a weird. Maybe he didn't go the best way about it. But maybe he was trying to. Definitely didn't go the best way.
Not at all.
Actually, going to produce the opposite effect, my boy. Like maybe he's just like, yo, I can be cool with y'all. Like we can be a community. Like I can be in with y'all.
Yeah, like that's why I was saying that maybe that was the effect that he had wanted, but obviously didn't like get. Obviously,
and it's not bad to want to be in there.
Yeah. But like that's like the things that that's what he did to be seen.
That's not how you do it, bro.
That's not how you do it at all.
Nah, that's not it.
That's not how you do it. I got a whole bunch of examples honestly. Some of my examples was just kind of
so. All right, so let's do this before we get into more examples of like what is like what you don't do when you're trying to be seen. Let's talk about like why we don't do those things. Okay. So that way when we give the examples, this is not like we're making fun of people or whatever.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
I looked at him like he was gonna do it. He looked at me and said, "Hey, no, bro, that's on you. It's your idea."
Yeah, go ahead.
But
Spring that on me.
so we can't try to be seen for all these reasons because I think it kind of comes from like an insecurity. Like if you want to be seen so bad to the point where you're willing to do anything and everything, then you're kind of sacrificing a lot within yourself. Like you're sacrificing your own integrity. You're sacrificing maybe your own preferences. You might
Yeah.
be doing things that you really don't like or that you don't want to do just to be around certain people or certain places. And to be honest, that might be like a form of kind of like
Adultery?
I
Yeah.
literally idolatry to cover up some insecurities.
Yeah.
And insecurities are not, I know that's like become a big thing recently. And it's not, insecurity is not just, I think she's cheating on me.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's so much deeper than that,
Yeah.
and everybody has them. I don't care who you are. If you say you don't got any insecurities,
You're insecure about
that's
something.
your insecurity.
Yeah.
Like, because you want everybody to think you're this big,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
That's a heart posture thing too. Like
Mhm.
like what you were saying, because you went straight from insecurities. That's the reason why we do certain stuff to be seen. But like below insecurities, that stands on heart posture. Like you feel
Mhm.
me?
Yeah.
So if my heart is positioned a certain way, obviously I'm gonna act a certain way according to my heart because I'm trying to
Mm.
be seen.
Yeah.
So and the Bible says that too. The Bible talks about how the heart's deceitful and everything. And people who don't have necessarily a good relationship or a relationship at all with God, they're going to follow like their emotions
Uh-huh.
because we're all
Yeah.
about in this world today, like be who you are, like be
Oh
you and
yeah. Like
everything.
your own truth.
Yeah, yeah, and everything. You feel me?
And I respect that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like there's pros and cons I got with it. You feel me? Because
I
like
do.
at some point, because we can't be completely who we are because God tells us to come out of ourselves.
Yeah. And I think to the point that you're making, like I get my identity from God.
Yeah,
That so like even though I have emotions and my emotions might be my experience or my truth, like I'm not using air quotes to make fun of it. I'm just like saying that it's like the
yeah.
same
That's what
thing.
that's what
Like
they.
my experience is my truth, but God is the truth. So like how you're saying the heart is deceitful, my emotions might be telling me one thing, but I know that I made a good decision.
And I know,
That's
yeah,
like we know that to be true because when you do the right thing, like for example, like, and we can bridge this right into what you were talking about with giving. Sometimes when I give somebody who has like, say, like there's somebody who lives on the street, and I give them, like a piece of like food or some money or whatever, that doesn't necessarily make me feel great about my day.
right.
Like I might have wanted to eat that granola bar. Or I might have wanted that $5 or that $10 or whatever it was to go get something or to do whatever I want with it because it's my money anyway, right?
Yeah.
But that goes to show when you do the right thing, you don't always come away with a good feeling.
Yeah. I personally, I enjoy giving. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're different.
I do. Yeah,
You're a
I
different
enjoy giving.
breed.
I like giving to people because I'm like, it's I don't know. That's just my thing. Maybe I don't know.
No, I think like back to what you said about the heart posture.
Yeah,
So like, what do you think? How could your heart posture impact the way that you give?
I feel like if my heart, because my heart is like the way I talk, my heart is like positioned towards God, like
Hmm.
with literally like everything. But I obviously I had to like work to that point. But I'm always thinking about how can I relate this situation to God? Or what is God trying to teach me? What is God's in here somewhere. God. You feel me? God doing something in whatever situation. So my heart posture being positioned towards Him makes me more aware of the fruit of the spirit. I feel like because I'm always thinking about peace. I'm always thinking about do I have peace at this certain point in my day? Like right now, do I have peace? If not, oh shoot, is there spiritual warfare going on? Is someone
Hmm.
trying to like mess with me? Like you feel me? And I feel like being aware of his presence around me like at all times makes me feel secure. So which is why I'm able to do things like give abundantly, even though I don't have an abundance.
Mm.
Like you feel me? And
So
make
like say so dig on that because you're saying you can give because you're not worried.
I'm not worried because I know that if God is who he says he is, he's what's it called? A provider. So if I'm like, okay, I'm serving you to the extent that you want me to serve you, like I'm giving my all to you, God. But if I do my part, you gotta do your part because you're
Mm.
saying that you're going to do your part. You're not a liar. If you are a liar, then our whole faith is built on a lie.
Bro, that's tough because, and I think what you're talking about is a really good point because your ability to be a cheerful giver, which is like one area of the Bible, is connected to what you know to be true about God.
Yeah.
And like, the main scripture people use for like tithe and offering and giving them when not, Luke 6:38, giving it shall be given unto you, good measure pressed down. That scripture doesn't say anything about why you can trust in God.
Right.
And so that goes to me to show like why you can't just that's a reason why you can't just know the scripture of the day. Like that can't be your reference point to God.
Because like a person who truly gives from their heart, they're not gonna notice everybody around them. Like you feel me?
Wait, say that again?
A person who truly gives from their heart, they're not gonna notice everybody around them. Like you're gonna be aware of them, but you're not gonna notice them.
What do you mean?
For me, like when I give, I like if I give in the city or something like that, you feel me?
Mhm.
Like in Philly or something. I'm obviously there's people around me, but
Mhm.
when I'm locked into who I'm trying to give to, I'm locked in.
Oh, so you saying like when you're giving, you're not worried about who's seeing
I'm
you.
not worried about who see me. I'm not even half the time I don't even notice like who see me. Like maybe sometimes I like notice here and there, but I'm not noticing as in like I'm locking onto you looking at me giving to this person. Like, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like it's not no three-way triangle going. I'm looking at the guy looking at me and I'm giving him whatever I'm giving him. I don't care about you looking at me. Well, you can be looking at me. Hopefully it produces something good in you, but I'm not worried about what's happening to you. 'Cause I'm worried about what's happening in front of me.
Yeah, because your giving is not, you don't give on the basis of like other people approving it.
Yeah,
or
but I do it
nothing.
to be seen. And that goes back to again, like everything goes
Yeah.
back to like I always, oh my gosh, more it goes back to the heart posture. I say this all the time.
Yeah.
I say it all the time.
That was,
It's
that was an
heart
iPhone,
posture.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
He's so giving, he doesn't care about his phone. Because guess what? God will provide.
I say it all the time, though.
Yeah.
It's heart posture.
Yeah.
It goes back to heart posture. When you give or when you do anything, if your heart is positioned towards God, like you're focused on Him and the task that He's given you. Like, you
Yeah.
feel me? People who do things to be seen, they're focused on their own agenda, which could be agenda from a few different places.
Yeah.
It could be from them. It could be from the enemy, which they don't even like realize.
Mm-hmm.
It could be from their emotions, which is still like them. But regardless, it's not from God. So
Yeah.
obviously, if I'm doing something to be seen, it's going to be something that's either corruptive or what's the other word? I don't want to use this word, but like toxic.
Okay. Yeah, no,
That's not the word I was
think
looking
it's
for.
you know what, bro? As much as culture today has like made use of that word, it really is it's an accurate description. Because you think about toxic is something that kills you
Yeah,
that you might not necessarily know about.
yeah.
Like carbon monoxide is toxic. Why? Because you can't smell it, can't see it, can't taste it, and it'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, kind of jumping into what you were saying about like the heart posture, I think in church we kind of, and we're not always, we kind of always just like in the church sucks.
Church be tripping.
Well, because the fact of the matter is, it's not the church building, it's people. So and
Yeah.
people everywhere we have challenges. Just because I go to church, just because I believe in God, doesn't mean that I don't have to improve as a person. It just means, or hopefully, it means that with those challenges, I lean on God to help me through them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
What was you about to say? What you about to say? About church? Yeah.
but in church, I think if your heart posture is not right, like if you don't know how you're saying like the God's identity, like He's a provider, or He loves me unconditionally, or I'm a child with whom He is well pleased, that kind of thing, then you'll think that through giving you can earn everything that you already have.
That just like people who give to be seen by God.
Yeah,
Type of thing. Yeah, because
it's not gonna work.
It's not. Because a lot of people take tithing like that. Because it's not. This I feel like me personally, I'm like if your tithing isn't coming from a place of joy or a place of anything good, you shouldn't be tithing at all.
Yes,
like, you feel
I
me?
would agree.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are you giving to? Exactly.
Boom. So bridging, giving is not just about bread.
It's not.
Because before you tithe with the money, it's all about the heart posture.
It is.
Because before you can give me your money, I need your heart.
Yes.
Or not I need your heart. I want that. I don't need the money. What am I buy up here in heaven? Some Louis V?
Exactly. You feel me?
I don't got no Louis up here.
That's what I'm saying. He said, I don't got no Louis up here.
It's just me. Just me and the angels. What my boy needs a new harp? I can make one.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
I made Earth. I made the universe. You think I'm tripping about something that you can make with a tree?
Yeah, like people really be like, oh, I gotta give my tithe so God can get me back this week, type of thing. You feel me?
That's the other thing.
Like, you see this God? Like, I got you. You got me? Like,
yeah, because that's the thing too. It's not just about giving, because it literally says it's in the scripture, and I'll find it and tap it in here so y'all know I'm not just like making stuff up. It says, "He who gives bountifully will reap bountifully,
yeah,
and he who sows sparingly
we'll reap sparingly."
he's still sowing."
Mm-hmm.
But if like you, bro, if I had like lent money, if I borrowed money from you, and then like when you gave it to me, you were like, "Yo, I'll give it to you, bro," and then when I was like, "Oh, thank you," and I was,
You're right,
bro,
right?
like,
Yeah.
"Thank you, thank you." Guess what? I'm not coming back for more money.
Nah.
And for real, once I pay you back, I'm probably not trying to give nothing to you, because even though you didn't have to lend me money, the relationship, something happened to the relationship.
Yeah.
When you sowed so sparingly, guess what? Now, like, as a person, as a brother, as a friend, I don't want to sow into you.
Right.
Like, so when you're going through something, I might not want to be there for you.
Yeah. It's everything.
So, and that's the thing, bro. Like, you might not need somebody's money, but you might need their friendship. You might need their counsel.
Their character. You might need them, actually.
You might need their integrity that they use to speak up for you in a room that you're not in.
Yeah. You feel me? I don't know how many, I'm gonna say this every single episode. It all goes back to heart posture.
Heart posture, bro.
It literally is,
Not
bro.
lying.
Like, and the other example I had given earlier, like what people do to be seen. Now I said like when people have hoes and everything. That goes back. That's a verse in the Bible. Not I've seen like not like, oh, thou shalt not have hoes or whatever.
And both having hoes is not something only men do. Just so y'all know how we stand.
Yeah, I was like, but there's a verse in, I don't know where it's at. I don't even know. I haven't read it in so long either. I'm just gonna give the basis of it, but it says basically it was comparing having a wife to having like multiple women, and saying basically if you have one woman, then why do you want basically everybody else? Now I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to say whatever I'm saying. Yeah. But that's basically the context of it. So I was thinking, I was at emphasis like me in my mind. Like when guys, girls, whatever, they always get like, we won't call them hoes. We'll call them a group of fellas.
I'm not gonna lie, I was having the same conviction. We're gonna
call them a group of. We're gonna say posse. When you get
no, that's too close to something else.
When you get, I don't know, a group of, I'm gonna say a group of fellas.
Okay, yeah.
A group of fellas, a group of gals, a group of
roster.
Persons.
You could say roster.
A roster.
There we go.
Okay. So when it's draft season, everyone knows
some of y'all been drafted year long. Doggone, when they gonna play? When is training camp?
They need something.
They need something to do. They made it the combine all year.
They some people don't move up from the rock. Some people. So we got bench players.
I'm sorry, bro. I cut you all the way off.
Nah, you good. You good. Hey, I was never a student of the game. That wasn't my thing. I was always. I'm not even going.
Yeah. One woman.
But so everyone knows when draft season is, and everyone always talks about when draft season is, because I think we all know, like the fall time.
Fall.
Yeah. Okay.
Wakes up.
I always found it kind of weird, personally.
What part?
When the guys would be talking about, oh yeah, I got my roster for this season. Let me show it off to my boys. You feel me? Because if you got your roster and the roster is for the people that you want to be with, why you gotta go ahead and show off to the boys? You want to be with your boys? I mean, where is your heart really at?
Nah, for real.
Are you just playing the game just because it's something that everyone does? Or are you playing the game because like where do you want to be seen?
I feel you, because it's like because let's be honest. And oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna stay focused. Stay focused. Lord help me. Lord help me. Well, let me forget what I was gonna say. Because at that point, say it's me and you, but you would never be me and you. It would never. If I'm like, yeah, this is my roster, check that out, bro. Now, at the moment I give him permission to look, is it my team or is it our team? Ooh, whose team is it? Because if he likes what he sees, whose fault is it? It's my fault. And that like that's just one angle of it. Like we we talk about this all the time. God made so many beautiful people. So if so many people are beautiful and marriage is something that's supposed to be a one-to-one, then there must be things that are so much deeper than physical appearance that you would choose one person, that only one person in the world could make you feel the way your spouse makes you feel.
Yeah, bro.
There must be something deeper than looks. Not saying that looks don't matter, but there must be something else that is out there.
Because you see that when someone get cuffed up, all of a sudden, like I can't show you who this person is because I'm afraid that you might take them or whatever it is. Because it's always like no trace, no case, or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm like, what's so we went from showing off like my whole roster to I got my one person. So now I gotta hide them completely type of thing. Like you feel me?
Yeah,
So and you was in the game.
yeah.
What changed?
I think it's power. Like I think there's like we have a lot of power dynamics. I think it's every essence of American culture has a power dynamic built in,
Mm,
just because what kind of country America is. And I think there is something that like immature. When you're immature, something is enjoyable about having options when your options only have you.
mm,
You know, like
mm.
I could choose any one of y'all, but only y'all could only get with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think back to insecurity. If I have a roster, I don't never gotta be alone. And even jumping further off of that point is what had my mind rolling. Is like people try to make a wife out of multiple women. Like follow me, bro. It's like Frankenstein.
Okay.
I got 5 girls on my roster. Oh yeah, she got that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She supports me emotionally. I can have fun on dates with her, and I can just kick it with her, and we can have a good time no matter what.
Mm,
And so I will take one part from every woman and use what they give me as a group and try to make it fit. So I'll use 4 when I really should be looking for all of those things
and one.
in one.
Yeah.
But that's a lot harder. And guess what? I don't know. I don't know if I could find that one, but like I gotta get it in somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't even it's the fact that physically my I can't control my sexual desires enough to really look for one woman. And in the meantime, I think it's a better idea to try to manage 4. Not well, manage kind of sounds crazy, but try to manage relationships rather with 4 different women, which is quite the task. Both ways too. That's a two-way street. I just wasn't gonna put myself in a scenario where I was talking to men. So
The
sorry.
things people do to be seen.
Yeah.
But no, that's real though. I just wanted to bring up that topic just because, like, that's very relevant in like today's world and to like forever. You feel
Facts.
me? And that's something that I always like to like say something that people are going to be able to like relate to and like to the fullest capacity, I guess you would say.
Mhm.
But like even going off of that, like we always say, everything goes back to heart posture and everything. So when and even we broke down how it's not good to want to be seen by men. It's not good to be want to be seen by God. So like, how should we be acting then if we're not trying to be seen by anybody?
You give your will up to God.
Okay, what does that do?
It make when you give your will up to God, the actions of your heart are purified through a filter. And that filter is, God, what would you have me do?
Hmm.
So it's like, whereas before, and I'll say it this way to kind of clarify, when you mature with God, giving your will up to God, you don't seek to be seen. He gives you a vision and a purpose.
Hmm.
And people come to see the purpose.
Mm.
And so while people are coming to see the purpose, all you are trying to do is make that vision come to pass.
Mm.
Like with this podcast, bro, you're not doing it because you want views. You're doing it because you feel like God put it on your heart.
Yeah.
And that is your audience.
Yeah.
That's our audience. Byproduct. Direct result of my obedience, byproduct of my obedience.
That was deep when
We're after him, he's after them.
Yeah. So we're automatically seen because we're after him. He brings the people
It's
to
his
us.
platform.
Yeah.
He just allowing us to stand up here.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be. So we're not trying to build a successful YouTube channel. We're trying to follow God. And like following God might mean trying to build a successful YouTube channel. But if we try to, if it's the other way around, like building a successful YouTube channel doesn't have to include God.
Right.
But my walk with God might include having a YouTube channel. And when the priority is in that way, God first and everything else after, that's how I know I'm not attached to the platform. That's how I know if all of this goes tomorrow, I don't have to worry about whether I'm a good Christian or not. Because I was following God.
Yeah.
I wasn't following an algorithm.
It was never for the people.
Nah.
Yeah.
This was something I had to do to fulfill my obedience to God, for my relationship with him. Yeah.
I was stuck on the part where you said people, you automatically seen whatever you said about the scene.
Like you don't, like when you do your purpose is not just a job. Purpose is something God gives individuals so that his glory might be able to be seen by as many people as possible. So we want them to see the glory. Don't want you to see me.
See the glory. I know that relates to a Bible verse I got in my head, but I don't know where.
You know?
I don't even know what.
It's not about us.
It's not.
But like, because God is worth seeing, he uses us so that other people might be able to see it. And then they might, from that, want to establish their own relationship with God.
I like that. I knew that already too.
Yeah, you did. Like that story you told about when you were in the classroom and you were like, yeah, I'm a Christian.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl was like, well, you know now.
Everybody going to start looking at you, yeah. Yeah.
Nobody was looking at you before then. When you said my name is Ryan Adams, it was like, all right, cool, next.
Right.
I believe in God. Oh.
Do you?
You know what I'm saying? So it's not, but you didn't say, you wasn't like, oh, no one's looking at me. What can I say? Oh, I'm a Christian. They're looking at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't it.
Yeah.
And like that, I think is the only way to stay sane. Because when you get, once you are seen, what we always say, oh, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Same goes like, oh, he was wilding. Can't unsee that.
Yeah.
He was drawing. Can't unsee that.
Yeah. Facts.
So if you want to be seen, be worth seeing. Are you worth seeing yet? The fruit of your labor, is it worth being seen?
The fruit of your labor.
And notice I'm saying the fruit, not you. You are always worth something to God. But when we're talking about God's mission, that's a different level of like, frankly, it's just a different level of qualification.
Yeah.
That's why, and you know that, like, that's why you don't want anybody being your pastor.
Right. And it all, like I always said, say it with me, everybody. It all goes back to the heart posture. It does. You don't want anyone with bad heart posture being your pastor. You don't want anyone with bad heart posture being your friend.
Or your doctor.
Or anybody around me. If you got bad heart posture, I made a video about that today. I made a video about accountability partners, and I was like, you don't want someone who's basically like, you can't be vulnerable with them. You can't like talk to them comfortably without being fearful of them judging you. I'm like, you don't need that condemnation in your life.
Yep.
Get somebody with a good heart posture. Yeah. You feel me?
And that part's on you. If you pick somebody with a bad heart posture and they condemn you, bad on them for condemning you, and next time pick somebody different.
Yeah, you don't got to ask who got good heart posture, because good heart posture knows good heart posture.
You can see it.
Yeah, you know.
You stick, and that's why we, you know, before we talked about like vulnerability, that's why you don't just rush into stuff.
Yeah.
Because you rush into stuff and you literally, when you rush, I was going to say you overlook things, but when you rush, I think it's more accurately described. as losing the ability to see what you need to see. Think about when you're driving a car. When you drive slow, the trees look like trees. When you drive fast, you see the color green and you know it's a tree because you've seen them before. Or you just have seen those trees before and know, oh, those are the trees.
Yeah.
Not because you actually can trust your eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit down. Go ahead. Put it down. Go ahead, put it down. I'm done, y'all. So we had a lot of jokes. We had a lot of laughs.
Yeah, bro.
You can believe back up. A lot of jokes. We had a lot of laughs. Yeah, everything that we say, bro, it comes from a good heart.
Yeah, man.
We joke around a lot.
We do.
But
we got to.
Yeah, I feel like it's not funny if we don't joke around.
Yeah, God said we should have joy. Have fun.
Hope we didn't offend anybody with our jokes. We're too.
If you did, let us know though.
Yeah. We I'm from Winslow. You.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm at the comments.
You know what that means. That's where my sense of humor came from. But we out of here, y'all.